Do you feel the urge to eat, even when you know you're full and there's no space left? Are the cravings so strong that you can't resist until you gulp down some fast food? Do you feel guilty each time you satisfy the desire to overeat? Chances are that you are binge eating, which is a disorder that can be treated. If you want to know how, then you are at the right place. Now, let's begin. Binge eating. Available statistics indicate that about 9% of Americans will suffer from eating disorders, with binge eating being the number one. People who binge eat have an uncommon craving for food, even after they've gulped down several plates of food. Most are ashamed of this lifestyle, and mostly hide in their closets so that they can indulge their sweet temptations. They feel an overwhelming sense of guilt afterwards, and promise themselves never to engage in that act. But alas, the temptations are too strong to resist. Some have resorted to self-help books, but to no avail. However, today we present to you some credible ways by which you can break free from the clutches of binge eating and get rid of the shame and guilt. 1. Quit fasting. This sounds counterintuitive, since the most logical way to stop binge eating is to stay completely away from food. After all, denying the body its cravings will discipline and hopefully stop it from demanding more, right? Wrong. The sad reality is that staying away from food is counterproductive if you want to quit binge eating. This is because depriving yourself of food only increases cravings. The cravings become stronger with each passing day, week, and month. If you're not careful, once you begin eating, you'll fall back into the trap of binge eating just to satisfy your desire. So, don't fast. Rather, eat more healthy food, consume more vegetables, fruits, and whole grains. These foods can help you stop binge eating while helping you to adopt a healthy lifestyle. Staying away from food is not the answer. The answer? Consume more wholesome foods, and you'll be well on your way to quitting binge eating. 2. Don't skip meals. Another counterproductive method to overcome binge eating is to skip meals. You may be under the notion that since binge eating means eating a lot, skipping a few meals would help solve the problem. How wrong can you be? Just like fasting, skipping meals can only increase the cravings that you have. It is counterproductive because it triggers the strong desire for food, and since you can't resist it, you fall into the trap. Also, scientific research has revealed that skipping meals only increases your level of hunger, and this can be injurious to you. Rather than skip meals, experts recommend that you draw a schedule and stick to it. Drawing a schedule and going by it helps to develop the discipline needed to stop overeating. It reduces the hunger level and minimizes the cravings as well. Also, eating breakfast is heavily recommended. Your breakfast should contain food rich in proteins, like eggs, fish, and beans. This will not only supply the body with needed nutrients, but will prevent you from getting hungry quickly. Thus, you'll have little desire to eat intermittently. 3. Listen to your body. Listen to your body to know when you are satisfied. Make sure you can tell your limits so that you don't exceed them. Many people who binge eat don't know their limits. Therefore, they consume large amounts of food till the plate is empty or are gasping for breath. Knowing your limits helps you to determine when to stop eating. Pay close attention to your body whilst eating to know your limit and develop the discipline to stop once you're full. Developing the discipline may not come easy at first, but Rome wasn't built in a day. With constant practice and being conscious of what you eat, you'll gradually develop the required discipline to stop binge eating. 4. Remove unhealthy foods from your kitchen. Cleaning out junk food in the kitchen can help you curb binge eating. The temptation to overeat is stronger when junk food is within sight and arm's reach. So, get rid of all unhealthy foods from your kitchen and store lots of foods that are high in fiber. Throw out foods like candies, fries, fizzy drinks, pastries, sweetened breakfast cereals, and noodles. These foods can trigger emotional eating due to their high sugar element. Instead, replace them with protein-rich foods, fruits, vegetables, high cereal fibers, milk, yogurt, legumes, and the likes. Healthy foods contain chemicals that can mitigate your desire to overeat and leave you with great health and a magnificent physique. 5. Exercise regularly. Yes, exercise does a lot to stop binge eating. One of the major causes of binge eating is stress. Many victims resort to binging once they are stressed. It's like their go-to stress reliever. Once they binge, their stress is gone, but it leaves a feeling of guilt and shame. Instead of tackling the root of the stress or finding a better way of relieving the stress, they resort to binging on food. food. One proven way to relieve stress is to exercise. Taking a long walk in the park, riding a bike through town, using the treadmill, or jogging can refresh and reinvigorate. Yoga lessons also come highly recommended. Connecting your body and soul through breathing exercises and meditation relieves stress and keeps you fresh. Be sure to have an exercise regime and regulate it. At least 20 minutes of exercise or yoga a day should keep stress away. 6. Sleep well. You may not know this, but there is a direct link between bad sleeping habits and binge eating. Studies have shown that lack of proper sleep heavily impacts food cravings and hunger. Staying up late and waking up early leads to increased levels of hunger, which can lead to overeating. So, you must get enough sleep and rest as often as needed. If you struggle to sleep, it's probably because you've trained your mind and body to sleep late. If that is the case, then you can easily untrain your mind, though it'll take some time and practice. Get into bed as early as possible and put on some soothing music. Taking a shower before bedtime also relaxes the body and mind. Don't use your phone while you're in bed, because the light from the phone screen can delay sleep. Avoid binge watching all the episodes of your favorite series on Netflix before bedtime. Finally, free your mind of all worries, as that can hamper sleep and keep you awake. Experts estimate that at least an 8-hour sleep is what the body needs to rest. So, try to hit that every night. 7. Track what you eat. Keep track of what you eat. Write down the various foods that trigger emotional eating. Once you're aware of the food that makes you overeat, you've solved your problem halfway. The rest is to make sure that you manage the intake of those foods. However, if they are junk foods, then it's advisable to stay away from them to avoid complicating the process of curbing overeating. If they are wholesome foods, then make sure you eat till you're full and then stop. By now, you should know you're full and stick to it. Don't be tempted to eat a little, as that will increase your hunger levels, and don't overeat, as that'll bring shame, guilt, and associated health problems. Just know your limit and stick to it. The key takeaway here is to eat in moderation. 8. Talk about it. Finally, learn to talk about your eating disorder with trusted friends and family. There is nothing stronger than a support group when going through challenges. Confide in someone and allow the person to monitor your eating. Your confidant can help you stick to your meal plan, exercise regime, quantity of food, and quality of the meal. You can also talk to a health expert about your eating disorder. You'll be given professional advice and medical help should you need some. You don't have to suffer alone. Speak up and seek help and support. Binge eating can be stopped, so don't give up. It may take days, weeks, and maybe years, but keep on trying. To give up is not an option. You can develop good eating habits if you are determined. Yes, you can. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. If you loved it, then hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section telling us what you've learned. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.